Welcome again, you are watching Match Time on Channel 260 Bay TV. Today we are profiling Mr. Bangazi Nguluvuyo. He's a triathlete. Udlala ke umdlalo esiwazi kakhulu kwi-Ironman apho ke ufumanisa umuntu uyabaleka khwela ibhayisikili aphinde aqube nokuqubha. But ke siyayazi ke namhlanje xa sijonga kwicala legend siprofila umuntu owenze okuhle eluntwini, giving back to the community and also contributing in sport. Masibuyisele sihlongele wethu.
Good morning, Lloyd. Morning, asibaphulaphula ndisibuze nababukeli.
Ekosipoti ndiyafuna ke usithathe usise nje kwi-journey yakho iqale njani with i-Ironman and also by triathlete.
Yeah, i-triathlon sport and discovered sekulate you know. I turned about 35 around 2012. And at that point I was weighing nearly 120 kgs. You know, that's quite heavy for someone who had height. So I was very unhealthy, very overweight, or close to obese. And really for me, very desperate. I was desperate to find something that could change my situation. So having borrowed a bicycle somewhere, riding around, and then you know, I found out about this Ironman thing that's happening in the city. In fact, ngandihlala eBuffelsfontein and uvalelwa qho imini yonke into engayithandi ncam le nto le. But to cut a long story short, iChomi yandi-introducer kwesi sport ngo-2012. Sisenza corporate Ironman, it's called corporate challenge actually. Per beachfront, yenzeka most the Saturday before the real Ironman. It's a small event, 10% of the main Ironman. It's 380 meter swim. You cycle 18 kilometers and you run 4 kilometers. Very small. But obviously for someone who was overweight, unhealthy, it was very difficult and I couldn't even swim. So all I could do was send the team, and I cycled and I ran. The following year, I volunteered to be one of the volunteers at the main Ironman for 2013.
So for someone who wish maybe to lose weight, you can advise him or her to join the sport?
So lose weight, I think, let's be honest, training or sport plays a part, but it's a very small part of it. I've learned this now since I've been active since 2012. I think it's more to do with your diet and your habits, sleeping, being active, walking, but mainly what you eat. For me, I think the sport has contributed a lot to my physique, but I think the balance with the diet I guess is more 70% and the training is 30%. So you can do any sport, you can play football, you can do anything, just be active. That's all I can say.
Speaking about it, dedication, ndifuna ukwazi noma nangabahlawumbi kwi-training u-dedicated kangakanani and also your experience kwi-competitions ozingenayo.
You do need time. You do need to dedicate yourself. You need the commitment. I think without those three things, time, commitment and dedication, you will find it very difficult to do an ultra sport. We call it an ultra sport, Ironman or the likes of a Comrades, for example. So firstly, you have to balance three disciplines. You're talking about swimming, cycling, as well as running. Most people just can't do one of them. You have to do all three and balance them. And add to that umsebenzi, family, and other commitments. So most of the time, and I'm an athlete like myself, will wake up very early in the morning. Literally 4:15, 4:30, I'm up. I'm on my bicycle at 5 o'clock. I'm back at home just before 7. Get ready, take the kids to school, have a day, take my lunch break for a swim. So I'll drive to a gym or a Newton Park swimming pool, spend an hour in the gym swimming, and the evening maybe it's weights or it's a running session. So in total you look at about, when you're training for the main Ironman event, a minimum 15 hours a week to about 20 to 25 hours a week, depending obviously where you are in terms of your level and what you're pushing for. Some people just want to finish, I just want to get in there. And you'll remember with Ironman is 17 hours long. So you can take the whole day. It just makes it a bit easy, man, 17 hours. So for most of us, we try to push and finish in a very good time. That means you need to spend more time out training. So you have to balance those things. And obviously, if your family or your other commitments don't buy into it, it's going to be very difficult. You need your spouse, your family, your kids, your employer, whoever, to understand what it is that you're trying to achieve and the benefits.
You are someone who's also giving back to the community. I understand that you are involved with I'm not sure if it's a charity or a campaign, Right for a Smile, and also I would like to know other activities that you are involved in, and also share with us the Right for a Smile.
I think for me, firstly, since 2012, I've always benefited from being active and doing the sport that I'm doing. And I think back, things could have gone south if I hadn't made the commitment that I made, that I'm still making today. And so, when they say life begins at 40. So last year I turned 40, and I started realizing it cannot just be about me. Me improving, me getting fitter, clothes fit you nice, all of those things. And I started looking for a cause that, something to give back to. I'd always been part of Vukani Multisport. I don't know if you've heard of them. I was part of that club for a very long time until early this year. But I was looking for something more impactful for me. When I read up about Smile Foundation is an organization that funds medical procedures, surgery procedures for abantwana abazalwe bene defects ebusweni or indlebe or impumlo emlonyeni and so on. And being a father of two beautiful girls, and it just pained me to think ukuthi khona abantwana abangakwazi usmile, khona abantwana ekunzima kubo ukuveza ubuso babonwabe. And for me it just touched me, and I said I'm going to look into this. And I registered Smile Foundation. They've got what is called Smile Foundation Ironman team. So you sign up, and then you encourage your friends, you encourage your family, your associates to contribute, to make donations. The offset is that you're putting yourself on the line. You're training hard. You want to race hard. You're saying to your friends, support me in doing this by contributing to Smile. So last year, I did my first race for Smile at Bahrain. It's in the Middle East. It's a half Ironman distance over December. And through that process, we raised just over 22,000 rand. And that money goes to fund operations for Abantwana Abaninzi who now have a smile on their face. Yeah. And that puts a smile on my face too. There's a local initiative here by Biza Imveli Multisport Cycling. It's a cycling club. I'm very close to them. For me, it is a vision of what sports development should be at grassroots, where you're working with young kids. You're taking them, let's say by 8, 9, 10, 12, 15, and you put them through a program, but they actually become active. And most of them are really promising. So those two causes are very close to my heart.
You've been to a lot of competitions nationally. Can you share maybe your experience and also your plans of competing international events?
Thanks for that. Yeah, as I said, my first race was 2014 in January in East London. It was a 70.3, they call it half Ironman. It's a 1.9 kilometer swim. It's 90 kilometers of heavy cycling, and you run a half marathon, 21.1 km. That was my first one. It took me just over 7 hours to complete. We have 8.5 hours to do it in, so it was okay. Since then, I've done 7 of those type of races, half Ironman distance, including the one I mentioned in Bahrain in December. But I guess the mother of all is really the Ironman, the full distance Ironman. I've done 4 of them since 2014. With my first time finishing just in 14 hours and 15 minutes. That's a long time. That's the whole day. My second one, I came in, I think I did 12 hours and 38 minutes, nearly took off 2 hours. And then the third one, it was 11 hours 43, which is another almost an hour off. And then this year, my personal best ever, and I'm quite happy about it, is to be in the sub 11 hour, in the sub 12 hours. I finished in 11 hours and 20 minutes. So that's what happened now in April. But the big news is that this year in August, we are racing in Germany. In Germany, it's an Ironman distance race, but it's not called Ironman. It's called Challenge, Challenge Ravensburg. There's 5 of us, 5 friends who were invited as these Africans. People are interested in Europe, or these Africans doing triathlon. So they said, if you can get yourselves to Europe, we will accommodate you, we'll give you race entry. So we've been fundraising, we booked the air tickets, we're off to Europe in August to race. And again, me and these friends of mine, Umadoda, we call him Udopla, Peter Gatangi, Uvukile King, Ujabu Siboto. We're going out there to race for Smile Foundation. So the guys are saying, let's go out there, let's bring those euros to fund surgeries for kids in Africa. So we call it Smiles for Africa. And we're looking forward to that. People can support it. All you have to do is to go to giveandgain.com and search for Luvuyo Bangas, and you will find our campaign there. So on the 13th of August, we're racing a 226 kilometer race in Germany for Smile.
What is your message to young athletes and also people who maybe wish to join the sport one day?
Thanks for that question. It's very important. I think one must first understand that sport can change your life. A sport can give you options that you never thought of. Not just from a performance perspective where you are on the field, you are racing. There are so many industries that are linked to sport, from coaching to physiotherapy to sports psychology to sports branding to sports marketing. There are many areas, and many sports people in South Africa, especially those who are rugby players, have found a niche. Once their rugby career is ended, people have moved on to run businesses and get involved in initiatives. So as a starting point, get involved, follow your passion, whatever you feel you think you're good at, get in. But if it doesn't work out, there are also these other opportunities that open up in sport. But most importantly, I think, from a healthy lifestyle perspective, you're doing yourself a favor, you're buying yourself time. I'm being honest here. When my doctor said to me I'm heading to obesity, I could literally imagine all those pipes plugged into me and I can't breathe. I'm gonna die, But because of what I've been doing, I feel like I'm younger, I feel more energetic. The benefits at work, you're suddenly more alert. But I think one of the unsold benefits of triathlon specifically, and specifically the Ironman distance, is the discipline. You learn discipline. Because you're spending so much time training, most of that time is alone. You are on your own, on the cycle, on the bicycle, for 4, 5, 6 hours, cycling alone. You're focusing, you're thinking about what you're doing. And that habit translates into what you do at work and what you do at home. You become a lot more focused, more energetic, more aware of life. So the benefits are immense, from careers to just personal development. So if there's a young person out there who's thinking about doing something, I think start wherever you are. It doesn't have to be triathlon. Triathlon is quite a daunting sport because you're balancing 3 sports. You have swimming, cycling and running. If you think you just want to start running. Many athletes in this sport have come from one of those disciplines. Most of the people who are really good at it didn't start off just by being a triathlete. They started with one or the other. So it's never too late. If I could start at my 30, 33, 30, whatever. I'm 40 now. It's okay, it wasn't 33. My math is bad, as you can see. Starting at 36, it's possible. I learned to swim at 36. Now I can swim 4 kilometers at sea without a problem. It's possible.
Mr. Bangazi, thank you very much for your time. I wish you all the best, and also keep supporting the community. Keep giving back to the community.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, it was that was Mr. Bangazi. At his age, at 40, he's still competing. When I don't know what to look at, match time channel 260, no,